honoree, Josh Green, here with us.
Hello.
Go ahead and fire away questions whenever you're ready.
You notice anything different from your last time you were here?
I think everything feels different, just being back here in a college environment, it's awesome. It's cool to be back here. I miss being in Arizona a lot. And honestly, I can't wait to watch the game tonight, and it's a different type of fan base, than the NBA and whatnot, so it's going to be cool to be able to see that again.
How do you look back on your one season at Arizona?
I miss it, I look back at it and I wish that COVID didn't prevent, us from missing out on games in the conference finals or whatever. So for me, I definitely miss it a lot. I miss playing in McHale, miss playing in front of the fans, all of it, being around my, best friends. I've been able to meet and have great friends with Mavericks, but also being able to introduce them to my best friends with Arizona. So it's been amazing. So I miss it a lot.
From the time that you guys beat Washington in the Pac-12 tournament to when you were told the season's not going on, what was that time like for you?
I think that was about an hour, 24 hours, whatever it was. So it was a whole lot of emotions, It's actually funny talking about it because I've never actually talked about it in front of media. It was 3 years ago, but it was a whole bunch of roller coasters of emotions, We go from, beating Washington and playing an amazing game, and, we feel like we're on a, great momentum. Everybody's really positive, to the next day being told that, the season's done. So it was a lot of high hopes to and then when we were told that COVID was going to ruin it, I didn't really know what to think of it. It took me a week or so to be able to just think it through.
Where were you when you found out that you were getting inducted into the Ring of Honor here?
It was actually it was right after the Olympics, actually, and I was obviously super stoked about winning the bronze medal at the Olympics. Came home and I was talking to Coach Murphy, and he was like, you're going to be in the Ring of Honor now, and I was like, wow, kind of lost for words. The first thing I did when I really, came here for the, my first unofficial visit, was a red and blue game. And then now I was looking at all the names up there. So now it's cool to be able to, see that.
So you talked about the roller coaster of emotions. I think that year Australia was dealing with some fires too.
Yeah.
So dealing with that back home, along with getting drafted in the first round, how do you just kind of summarize that one year?
Yeah, I think it was a crazy year, from everything to go normal to COVID, and COVID went into my rookie season. But I never like to look at it as far as a standpoint as my class or COVID affected everybody, no matter what the job was, no matter whatever. So for me, it's hard to really look at it as how did COVID affect it, because it affected everybody. But it definitely made my college experience different. Definitely made my first year in the NBA different. And then obviously, I tried to do as much as I could my freshman year with the fires in Australia, and it was really cool to see the fans be able to get behind that and help me out with that. But overall, it wouldn't have expected my freshman year to go out how it did, especially with COVID. So I'm just happy where I am today.
And how would you describe your NBA career up to this point?
Yeah, like I just said, obviously COVID had, a little bit of difficulties my rookie and start of my second year. But honestly, for me, it was just making sure that I was staying ready as much as I could, working out as much as I could, doing the little things right. I had a great group of veterans that are with me in the room right now who were able to, keep me level-headed. I was upset my first year. It was tough for me, going from playing a lot to playing absolutely nothing. So for me, it was about just staying level-headed and just continuing to work my game. And I've always been a worker. And now it's just continue to build from that and just be the best player I can be for me and the team.
How do you feel this season's been going so far?
I think it's been great. I think we have a great team. We put ourselves into a great situation. We got 22 games left before the playoffs. The Western Conference is it's wide open. From one down. So now we need to make sure, we made a big move at, the trade deadline. And, for us now, it's about making that next step and trying to get to the championship. Last year we made it to the conference final. Now our goal is to make it to the finals.
Is it still weird to just suddenly have like a big change on your team right in the middle where some guys you've been playing with for 50 games are now gone and now you have new ones?
Yes and no, because I would say like my first year, like I thought the trade deadline was, like huge deal, like super nervous about it. But then over time you like kind of just grow into like realizing, it's a business and, this type of thing happens. And, obviously like, and saying that as well, like new players are always around, like it's just like, with injuries and all of this, especially my first 2 years with COVID, everybody was getting COVID every second. So there was new players on my team every week. So obviously it's definitely an adjustment, but it's not like it takes a long time. Players are usually pretty switched on and know, the routines and plays.
Have you checked in with Coach Miller since he's gone over to Xavier?
Yeah, I still am in contact with, Coach Miller. He's had a, successful year this year at Xavier and, a great guy and, I wish him nothing but the best.
So as a guy who grows up in Australia, how would you describe the feeling of medaling in the Olympics?
It was everything to me. Honestly, just putting on the green and gold was my first goal, honestly, never really even, like, obviously everybody's goal is to be able to get a medal, but for me, being able to just be able to say I represented Australia is probably the coolest thing about it. A lot of people take it pretty serious, and including myself, I do anything for my country, and, no matter what it was, growing up, it wasn't even basketball, I watched the Socceroos soccer team and, all these other people, just individual sports and everything like that at the Olympics. Used to wake up at 3 a.m., watch it. So I would say just being able to put on a green and gold jersey, it was amazing. And then also being able to have veterans like Patty Mills and Joe Ingles and Della Vadova that, have been working 15 years. And to see like their tears of excitement and whatnot, it's motivating, especially for the younger guys to continue the tradition.
And you talked to, I'm assuming you talked to a lot of the guys that were on the team at Arizona from your first year here?
On the Australian team or the Arizona team?
The guys from the U of A, your first year at Arizona, you still talk to a lot of your teammates?
Oh, yeah. I was with Zeke last night. We played the Nuggets last night. Zeke's coming here on this weekend. Yeah, so, Nico's doing great. I talked to him a lot. I was able to spend a lot of good time with Nico at the Olympics in Tokyo, and he's doing well. Everybody's doing well, Corey's in here now, the walk-on group from my class, Matt, Jake, all of them, So, I stay in contact with pretty much everybody on the team. CeeLo's coming here tomorrow, so, all great guys and, wish nothing but the best for all of them, and I love my time around them.
All right. Thanks.
Cool.